Welcome back to another stream. And in this stream we're going to be doing more I think it's live, yeah. And then this stream we're going to be doing more desktop app stuff. If you caught the last stream, we did some of that and got pretty far. But so here's where we're at now. Let me make this look a little bit better here. Got a little markdown editor. It's kind of a flashbang here, but let's see if we go dark. It doesn't look as good in dark mode, so I have to set up the dark theme for that. But in light mode, it looks pretty good. The rest of the app, I think it looks pretty good in dark mode. And we've got our infinite scroll going here, so we can see different blogs. Some of these profiles just don't have images, so we'll probably have to put something there when they don't have images. Let's see if we can click on a blog here. Comes up pretty fast, right? Again, we can swap between light and dark mode, and I do have like images working too, so I gotta find one that has images. There we go. So yeah, images will work as well, which is nice. And then yeah, we can also sort by like different tags, and that happens pretty fast. So if I go to like Noster, or maybe I'll go to Tech here. I do have to put like a little callback function when there's no new blogs to load though. And eventually I have to set up following and posted. And then if we click here, we get taken to this new little markdown blog situation. I found a really good component for this. I forget what it's called. It's like MDX editor or something like that. And it's pretty solid. I got to figure out probably theming at some point during the stream. Probably like all year long, I think. I didn't lose the stream, did I? No, it looks like it's fine. Yeah, check something here. Go to YouTube's. And channel. Yeah, it looks like we're still live. Okay. So, what I need to be able to do is I need to be able to post blogs to this blog list here. So that's probably what I'll work on today. I'm afraid to click on some of these. I don't know what they're going to say. But anyway, yeah. Let me see if I can pull up the YouTube chat so we can have that going. Click on this. Have that go. Pause. Good. Let's go in Haroon. It lagged a bit. Yeah, something happened. How's it going, Carve? Which library am I using? MDX. I think it's pretty new. It's called MDX Editor. I wish I knew about it, or I wish it existed back when I originally made BlogStack. But I don't think it did, so. Okay. Alright, so we got that now. Now this one's really good. You should definitely check this one out. It's really solid. You can insert images. I don't have something that handles like file uploads right now, but probably can handle that. The styling seems to be, whatever, but like I can like update the styling. It has like CSS variables and stuff like that. You can insert links. Well, at least I thought I could. If I click here and I click that, 1 second. Now if I click here and I click insert link, yeah, put like a URL and a title and you push OK. The cool thing is, like after it's done, you can render it in Markdown. So you can like edit all this stuff in Markdown, which is nice. And then there's also a diff mode. So like for instance, if I'm in here and I add some text, right? Get a little diff mode here if you want to like update your blog or something, which is really nice. But yeah. So, and then you got code blocks and all that other kind of good jazz. So yeah, it's actually a really nice little library or little component for Markdown editing. I really like it. We should have Vin mode, but that's okay because I probably don't really plan to publish from this desktop app anyway. That would be for other people. But since I'm kind of a power user, I'll probably be able to just post directly from NeoVim. Share the link. Yeah, I'll look for one. I'll look for it. MDX editor. Here we go. Yeah, there it is. There you go. All right, so now what we got to do, and I finally figured out how to develop like JavaScript, TypeScript libraries locally, which I did not know how to do before. Nobody told me about linking, so I had no like real idea about how to do that, and that was kind of painful. But now I do. So all right, we got our MDX editor. We got some state here for our MDX editor for the content, and now when we on set or on change, we set that content. So now what we want to do is we need another button, and probably we're gonna, well, we can just put it like here for now, and then we'll probably just change like this button up here, kind of like how Medium does it, and it'll say like publish. But for now, let's do let's just add like a button. There we go. And let's do like that. And maybe we'll have to reload this. And maybe we'll have to reload it harder. Hey Chris, I was following your NeoVim long config video and launch.mvim files. I'm getting trailing M characters on Zabbie and Illuminate in their core source files. What should I do? I've seen that before. Are you on Windows? I'm not sure. How's it going? I don't know how to say your name. Hip or hype ja, and forget the last name. But not much. We're working through this desktop app here today. You're on a Mac? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I use it between Linux and Mac all the time, and I've never had like, I've seen that issue before, but I saw it on Windows, so I'm not 100% sure what that is. Anyway, this seems to be complaining about something. I added a button, and now it's like it was too much. Let's see if we reload that. That or just everything's broken now. What's the problem here? Okay. Yeah, alright, whatever. Let's see. Inspect. Can you not be a piece of garbage like you were just working? Invalid hook call. Ah. Where did I call this hook? Right here. There we go. Why did I... What? Alright, here we go. So that should be fixed. Now if we reload. Alright, cool. Now if we go to the right page, we got a little button here. And if we go to the console, we'll click the button. And it says hashtag your title here. If I come add some text, I don't know why there's some lag going on here. What is that? Oh, wow. I don't think that's like the editor. I think that's... What's happening? 13 gigs of RAM. Oof. Something not good is happening. But anyway, I'll click this button again, and now it logs my actual blog content, which is what I want. I don't know. I've never had this lag happen to me before, like this bad. It's got to be OBS or something. Not. I don't know. Anyway, am I lagging in here? No, we're good in here. Let's maybe restart the dev server. Maybe that will fix it. Memory leak? Maybe. What terminal font is this? Mona Lisa. Hey, how's your project? It's going pretty well. It's Russian, Kazakh. I'm not going to remember that. There's no way that I'm going to be able to like remember that this spelling in English means Kazakh. Or unless you're saying it's Russian plus Kazakh is another, maybe like, that's like a country or something. What's the purpose of using systems? Facts. The reason is because I have this Linux laptop, so I put a new battery in it after the last one kind of like blew up on me, and it's fine. But we're big Pop! OS supporters now. Here, this is my new desktop Rice. I set file format to Unix for those files, which fixes it. But then I can't update those plugins via lazy. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Made local changes. You went and updated the plugins? Like, oh, I don't know. I don't think it's the edit. I don't know. Let's come in here and test it out again. Yeah, it's still... I wonder if it's because I added that that on change. Well, how else would you like me to add? Yeah, it's that actually. What? Okay. Yeah, it's that. Okay. There you go. That's what it is. I don't know why that's a problem. Let's try to do some local state instead of putting it in a store. So we'll do something like content set content equals use state string, yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, same problem. Maybe they have some better way of handling it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not doing that intelligently anyway. Lag? No one cares about lag. Okay. So let's go to their docs again. Use ref instead of on change. The on change will run every time. Maybe it's that. Oh, I don't know. You're probably right. Mike is nice. Yeah. Well, finally. To be honest, launch.mvim is too much bloat. What do you think? How's it too much bloat? It's just showing you how to do something. You can delete the pieces you don't need. I'm not about this bloat nonsense anymore. It depends what you mean by bloat. So, like, for instance, if you go to launch.mvim, right? Let's have a little conversation about bloat because, why not? This is a meme from the, I don't know. Anyway. So, like, you can pull this down, right? And then you can delete like all the files you don't want, and they're all just scoped. So like a bloated config would be like if all of this code was in one file, and then you couldn't tear them apart, and so everything depended on everything else. But the nice thing about this is you can just delete all of this shit if you don't want it, and then you just go to the init.lua and delete the modules you don't want. So that's what makes it extremely unbloated, because you could pull this down and then you could, in 5 seconds, delete all the pieces that you don't want. And then you'll have like a pretty expertly configured modularized setup. So that's what makes it not bloat. When submitting, use ref.current. Yeah, probably, maybe it should be a ref. I would like to see like what they do. Or maybe they expose things in a different way anyway. See markdown options. I feel like I've always done on change though for like text areas. Methods. Yeah, there's like, what's this? Gets the current markdown value. Insert markdown, inserts markdown at current cursor position. Okay. I'm gonna have to think about that. So, what is this? I guess that links me to nowhere. Okay, so we have some object reference here, some reference to it. Okay. So if I do something like like that, NDX editor methods. Sure. Well, actually, let's do it like this. Then, okay, so we have that, and then we can set the ref is equal to this. When we see NORD. Oh, I don't know. I literally just grabbed this from the internet, so maybe at some point I'll just change the colors and it'll be NORD. Okay. So now we got the ref here. Let's grab that. And if I say something like MDX editor ref dot, I was kind of hoping to have that method on it. I don't know why. Focus. Like, why else would that be there? Maybe I have to do like dot current dot. There we go. Get marked down like that potentially. And then maybe I'll get, well, I'll change this to like some string. And then we'll get rid of that. And then we'll change this to some string as well. Okay, so now we'll inspect the element, got the console, and we'll do log content, ASDF, sweet. Okay, now also, no lag. All right, nice. Other than the fact that my laptop is on fire over there. Yeah, ref.current. Yeah, that's what it was. I don't really do a lot of stuff with ref. I still consider myself a pretty, like a React noob. I was kind of hoping that eventually React would go away, but it seems like it's not going anywhere. Especially if I want to do desktop app stuff, unless I want to play with like native GTK stuff on Linux and then native Swift code on Apple and then whatever the hell's happening on Windows, you know? Alright, later. But yeah, so that's what that is. So what else do we have access to there? Alright, so we can set markdown. I don't think we really need to do that. Like right now. Then we have insert markdown. Get markdown, which is useful for us right now. And focus. Sets focus on input. I feel like we already do that. I feel like that's not a problem we need to solve. The problem we needed to solve was getting the markdown and not dealing with any bullshit on change stuff. So that's good. That is solved. So now let's let me go update the thing back to like your title here. Hashtag your title. Yeah, like that. All right, and then we'll refresh this. There we go. Go like that. And let's see if it logs multi-line well. Yep. All right, cool. Okay, so since we have that, we can just about publish. We don't need any of this other nonsense either. I could do a use effect and then keep this stuff in the store. So we'll probably do that in the future. Save, yeah, content to store on unmail. That way, when you leave, you'll save, and then I'll restore it with the get and set there. So that's like a reason, I guess, to do it. To have the setter. So I'll probably just put a use effect here in the future and then do that. But for now, I don't really care. I'm not trying to like cram features in there. What are we doing? I'm building a desktop app, and I'm going to be building a lot of desktop apps this year. So I'm going to probably be spending most of my time doing desktop apps. So you see we got a little blogging app here. Since it's plugged into the Nostr network, I already have content, which is nice. Can you add images in the middle of the blog? Yeah, I would assume you can. So like if we go to here, well, I know you can. So let's do let's like just come down here, insert image, and then let's go get a nice image. Everything's going to be AI images soon, isn't it? What a nightmare. Absolute dystopia that we're moving into. This is Mid-Journey, isn't it? Yeah, this is a Mid-Journey dog. Everything's always somewhat uncanny with these things. Like look at this leg here. It's like you think it's a cute puppy dog, but then upon further inspection, it's some sort of nightmare predator. Like come to steal your soul. Like even the stuff just around the edges. Yeah, something's wrong with his mouth. I can't tell what. This orange slice here. And then just this orange here. Like look, it has a stem there. And then it has where the stem would be. Here. Right? It's just it's the uncanny valley, right? And you're gonna know, like, if you fall into, like, you start putting on those metaverse goggles, and then you won't be able to, like, associate, like, reality from virtual reality. You're gonna have to start checking people's fingers. I think that's gonna be the trick. You gotta go check out their fingers. If they have, like, 6 or 7 or 19 fingers or something, or they have, like, way too many teeth, you're gonna be like, oh shit, I still have my goggles on. Like, look at these fingers. Every time, the fingers is horrifying. Anyway, why am I here? I'm looking for an image. Give me a human image. Everything's going to be AI generated, though. What a nightmare. I can't even... Look, these look like some nice parrots. Of course, it's an AI image upscaler. The internet's ruined. It's absolutely ruined. Let's see here. So, let's open this image in a new tab. Got a fun little parrot, little AI parrot, little AI upscaled parrot. Copy image link. Can you add? Yep, that's what we're gonna do. What's the name of the font? Mona Lisa. Okay, image from URL. This, a parrot. I don't know. I don't know what a title would be here, so we'll put that. There we go. Now you can pop a little parrot in there, and you're good to go. You can update little things about it. This Markdown editor really slaps. I think it's easier to alter the human DNA so our future generations have different fingers and different numbers of fingers than make AI drawing fingers. Yeah, fair enough. We're going to have to be... we don't want to offend the AI, so we should change our fingers. We should change the amount of fingers we have and what they look like. I mean, right now, that's how you'll be able to tell whether or not that's what you're looking at. I mean, that's like a good... it's a good litmus test, I guess. But... So, like, this is probably real. Maybe. I think so, if I had to guess. Let's see, if we look up AI fingers, yeah, it's always something like that. Something like this. Ugh. I don't like it. Not about it. Yikes. Okay. No more AI fingers. I'm gonna have to go out in the world and take my own pictures. I'm going to have to take my own parrot pictures for my own blogs. It's funny because humans also struggle to draw hands. Yeah. Use sync external storage would be better than a use effect for what you're saying. Yeah, you're probably right about that. I want to learn more about the use sync external storage hook because I know that's what Zustan uses under the hood. And I'm using Zustan for state management in my library. And I'd rather just use this primitive here. Like this primitive hook rather than to use Zustan. And at least in the library, like I'd like to use Zustan in other places, but at least in the library, I think I'd like to use this. Yeah, so some nice horrifying AI stuff. Now, okay, yeah, so we got a blog, we got little images, we can go take a look at the markdown here, and it looks good. What is this bullshit? Okay, I'm not ever putting a title. I don't know what that is. That's no bueno. That's gonna mess everything up. I've never heard of such a thing, putting a title inside of the image like that. Maybe that's a thing, but it's new to me. We got our diff, got our rich text here. Very good. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, this is going to be great because I can add this to like all the different desktop app stuff I'm going to be working on. Now, let me also put this on live chat. So now, all right, we can log that. But what we want to do is be able to publish it. And if we want to publish it, then we got to use this use publish hook. And this use publish hook, it takes in just relays. But I think it also is going to need to take in... Well, no, because actually, yeah, what the hell? Oh, no, it takes in relays just to, like, yeah, boot itself up here. But then it takes in publishing an event, which takes in an event. Okay. And I don't think it really needs anything else except for relays. Like when you initialize it. So let's initialize that. Const. Do I get anything back from this thing? Do I even do that? Oh yeah, I do. I need to destructure. Publish event or something like this. I might just change this to publish, and then equals to use publish like this. We're gonna need to pass it a relay. Yep, that one right there is good. And what's your problem? Relays. String is not assignable. Use publish brace. We use publish params. Okay. Anyway, what do you return? You return publish event as a function. I think we're going to change that. We're going to change that to just publish. I think. Well, the problem is that I'm going to need to write some sort of... Oh, you know what? No, that's fine. I'll just call it like handle publish. All right, so we'll do that. And then in the publish params, what's that B there? What are you? Anyway. Go here. Okay. String of relay URLs. That should work. So let's build this. Okey doke. Come back over here. What is your problem? Missing a string, but required. Okay, the publish thing works. Oh, you know what? I think it's because it's an object. So I have to do like relays. Like this. And put it actually in an object. There we go. What is this? Okay, no one knows. All right, let's do LSP restart like that. You can see and debug your app in the browser. There's the port of Tauri that you can use to inspect in browser. It's nice in case you want to do both web and desktop app. I didn't know you could do web apps with Tauri though. Or Tauri, I forgot. Never mind. Yeah, how can you do... You can't really do like a website with it, can you? I mean, you don't have access to the back end, so you'd have to... Not that I'm doing anything with the back end right now, so I guess I could like conditionally handle all that. Let me see if I can pull this over here. You can, that's kind of cool. This channel's not the same anymore. I don't have time for the tiling. You can watch my video I put out recently. I'm too busy to be editing too many config files and worrying about like my bar and worrying about like all these kinds of things. I want to build stuff and I have to spend my time doing that now. There's the port. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I know that you can open it in the web browser, but I didn't know like you could actually like deploy it. You know what I mean? How's the experience with Pop! OS going? I mean, literally, I don't even think about it, so I think it's going pretty well. I think that's like my metric here. So let's like it's using an old version of GNOME. I'm on like GNOME 42. Let's see here. One reason that's nice using this is because if you go to the where is it? Firmware. You know, whenever there's new firmware, I can just update the firmware, which is kind of nice, right? But yeah, we're on GNOME version 42.9. I did update it to use Wayland. That's the only ricing that I did do. So we're on Wayland. Again, I just don't really like. It's nice because I just don't care. Like, I'm just not thinking about like it's getting out of my way, and it's not making me think about it. It's a whole thread in my brain that's no longer spinning. So like, I assume that like, I don't know, if you're doing too many things and you're trying to manage too much stuff, like you're probably spinning some threads in your brain, and every now and then you might be thinking like, oh, I gotta update my config, or I gotta do this or that. But that thread no longer spins in my brain, which is nice because I have other things that I have to get done. I booted into Arch Linux and my window manager, and then my window manager started complaining and all these things, and I was just, okay, get away from me. Like, after I updated it. You would need to see how to deploy to access the Rust backend. They have docs. All right, I'll have to check it out. One way I can think on how to deploy is using Cloud Run. I'll have to look into it, yeah. I also don't have the patience to configure my workflow anymore. I just want something that works. Well, there you go. I mean, I don't even care about being on the latest GNOME. I considered for a minute using like Ubuntu Mate, or like I even floated XFCE. I was like thinking maybe I'll just use like Ubuntu and XFCE. Reminds me of when I was in college, when I was like working on like a Raspberry Pi, and I had the Mate laptop, and then I remember like I had a Linux laptop running Debian that was running XFCE. Those were comfier times. It was just comfier, not thinking about like, oh, I gotta configure and erase my window manager and I have to blah blah blah. It's like, nah, just install XFCE, you know, and just use the built-in terminal or whatever. Now, I'm not like that extreme, right? But I think I found a happy medium where like I have a nice terminal and I have my nice editor and things, which I like in NeoVim and stuff, which gets out of my way now. It didn't used to. NeoVim used to be firmly in my way all the time, constantly being a pain in the ass. But at this point, I've tamed NeoVim, and hopefully that stream helped other people like learn how that stuff works. But yeah, I never really felt like I truly tamed my desktop, like my window manager setup stuff. I felt like there was always more I could be adding to the way bar, you know, like this here, like I just the fact that I like have notifications there. Like if a notification from Discord pops up, I can click on it. It just like it focuses the app. Like I don't have to think about Dunst or anything else. And same with all these things, they just work. So like if I want to come over here and do something with OBS, I don't have to like, oh, let's you got to patch the system tray into your DWM blocks setup and blah blah blah. No, I don't. Leave me alone. Or Dockerize the whole app and expose a UI port. No. I'll just make a different website. MVim trick is the simpler the config and the closer you are to the vanilla experience, the easier it is to maintain, at least for me. The trick for NeoVim for me was to modularize everything. Like everything modularized. Once everything was modularized, everything made sense and was super easy to work on in NeoVim. Your config streams rule. I always get mine from yours. Yeah, that's fair. I think it's just easier to allow other people to do the legwork for you. I mean, that's even why I like to stream, because like I'm sitting here like, oh, why is my editor lagging? And someone's like, ref. And solved the problem much faster than like I would have been able to. I would have been thinking, no, what is it? You know, someone's just said, just use ref. And I'm like, oh, okay. Do they have something for that? Oh, they do. Oh, great. You know, so that's why I like to stream anyway, because hopefully the streams that I do are helpful for other people, but also I get to like crowdsource opinions and help from other people. Okay, so now I got to build some sort of event to publish here. So this thing ends up taking an event. So I'm going to publish some event. Now I need to get the content, which I would get that way. And let's then, well, let's get rid of that. And then we'll, we'll do, and then content. But yeah, I truly believe that we should get back to, like, I think, I don't know, XFCE and like Mate and like all these other things are infinitely more comfy with just a minimal amount of ricing and whatever, like just a minimal amount, just like turn on like the dark mode and maybe play with the icons or something. And then like, and that's it. You don't need to go any further than that. Like, and then you have a much cooler desktop experience than like all this other nonsense that you have to constantly keep on top of. If you still want a window manager experience, you might want to manage. No, I don't. See, the other trick is now when I move between my laptop and any other machine or my MacBook or whatever, is I have Alt-Tab. So like I can just kind of, if I need to move fast between things, I'll just Alt-Tab between them, right? Right now, I don't have like my perfect setup because I'm streaming, so I want to be able to show the chat and like all these different things, and so it's just easier if I like move the windows around like this, which was another thing that was always a huge pain in the ass to do in a window manager. But like what I'll typically do is I'll typically like get something like, let's see if I can get this kind of set up a little bit better. Yeah, and then I'll go like this, and then I'll just kind of move between these two things while I code. So I'll be coding here, right? And then maybe I'm reading something like the docs here while I'm coding, and then I'll quickly, let's see if I open up, this, and then I can quickly just kind of like hop between these two things. And so that's fine for me. And then maybe if I have two editors open, then I'll just use the tilde one and move between them like that, right? So then that way I can like edit here, Alt tilde, edit here, right? Alt tilde, edit here, Alt tilde, edit here, right? And so that's fine. Like, that's fast enough. I don't have a need for speed anymore because honestly, then it just becomes another, like I said, it becomes another thread that has to spin in my head. Just joined. How does that coding suggestion work? Are those Copilot? Yeah, that's Copilot. Well, I mean, I got Copilot for free from GitHub. I don't agree with their unethical practices. I wish the world wasn't as lame as it is, but it is what it is, and it makes me faster, which is nice. Especially when I'm coding things that I don't want to code, like React for the most part. Like, so, I mean, I wish like we had local open source models that were trained on open source, but were also open source themselves, and that you would run that model from like your own computer or like a server at your house or something like this. And, you know, Copilot wasn't keylogging everything I type and then making creepy pictures with creatures with extra fingers and other weird things. But, you know, that's not the world we live in. We have some open source options. Yeah, maybe. But again, like, this is probably the easiest one to use, right? Like, there are times when I use open source things when they're better. Right, like I use NeoVim because I think it's better. I use the Kitty terminal. I mean, instead of like, I don't know any closed source options for my terminal, but I think it's better. There's like I use Linux, but like I genuinely think developing on Linux in general is easier for the things I want to do than developing on Windows. So I develop on Linux. But then there are things that, like, closed source does better. Like, for instance, I have, like, how far do you want to take things, right? Like, I have an Intel chip in this computer right now. Like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to find some processor that isn't an Intel because they have the IME running and I need to run pure boot? And I mean, I wish, but like ultimately at this point, we have a different problem, and we have the problem that either A, open source just can't make stuff like that or isn't good at it for some reason. Or B, we just need to kind of we need better laws around these things. It's more fine-tuned and better in general. Yeah. Right. So, nothing I think we can really do about that. Let's see. So, we'll publish this. We got content here, and then let's do const event is equal to this, and then we'll do I think, you know what, I have an example. It's just easier for me to go read the example. Okay. So Nostr query, components. What are we doing? Context hooks, app. Might be here. Create page. Okay, here we go. So here's a basic event. All right, and so instead of kind 1, we're going to do kind 323. And then we have some tags. We're going to need to definitely set some tags there. Then we have content. That will be correct. And we're actually going to want to, instead of that, we're going to console log that. And then the pub key needs to be something. So I need to think about that. I could think about the login flow right now, but probably I'll skip that for now. I do have a way to do it with the key ring, but we'll do that later. Is Copilot working well in NeoVim? Yeah, I mean, look, watch. So if I do something like, look, yeah, there you go. And then I just press Control L to accept it, and then there you go, right? So it's fine. Sometimes I have to press space to get the suggestion to show up lately. That's been a new issue that I had, but I'm not sure what the issue with that is. But overall, yeah, it works fine. I have no issues with it. I can't imagine all the extra AI stuff that's in VS Code now, where you have that panel where you talk to Copilot, and I guess it knows your code base, and VS Code, it just, when I'm in VS Code, it just feels claustrophobic. I feel like I can't see my code, Set up Codium instead of Copilot. It also works great. Well, maybe I'll have to try out Codium at some point. The only reason I use Copilot is they gave it to me for free in an effort to I guess, I don't know, pretend that they're friends with the community. So people who maintain large open source or have lots of open source contributions, they gave it to them for free. So that's the only reason that I use it. Usually I like to use as few configs as possible in NeoVim. Yeah, that's fair. No, I try to, there are things that I like. For instance, I found out how to do folds recently, really well with UFO. So I can do this. I really like that. Big fan of being able to do this every now and then, because now I can kind of just focus on this this publish function that I'm working on. I don't have to look at the other stuff, right? Every now and then I like to do this when I just hop into a kind of big file. I just hit it with folds. Then I kind of just see all the functions, how it's outlined. and all that kind of good stuff. So like I like this, but I mean, I don't blame you for again, like my workflow for plugins and how I have it all set up. It definitely took a long time to like get working well. So I don't blame you. All right, so I have some event here. Oh, okay, that's nonsense. We are going to need stuff like this, like an identifier and such. I'm going to have to calculate that identifier, so we're going to need a function to create the identifier. Is my language server like, okay, it is on. I'm just wondering though, like why is it not complaining about things? You know what? As long as it is, I'm not sure it's actually working. I'm actually going to close this and reopen it just to see. Pages, right page. Okay. Yeah, I want to see like, there we go. Yeah, I'm like, I know I should have lots of errors right now. Okay, so this create identifier. Let's go see where we import that from. So create identifiers from libutils. All right. Let's do that. Source, lib, utils. From now, capitalize first letter, create URL slug. I think this function depends on this function. It might even depend on this function. I might actually put that in my library just as a utility. All right. All right, where am I importing that from? There we go. Okay, so now, oh yeah, we gotta build this. I also really like the kitty tabs at the top there, which is nice. I think they're kind of cool. They work about how I'd expect them to. I could just like kind of cycle through them, which is nice. I can have like a terminal open here. I can have this instance open here, this instance open here. That works well for me. But I did have somebody point out that so right now I have to press 3 different keys to cycle through that. I do Control, Shift, and then L and H. But they tell me that key chords is bad and that my fingers are going to fall off one day. So I guess we'll have to see. All right, so we need a title as well. So I have this markdown string. I probably should... Maybe there's a markdown parsing library out there somewhere. Markdown parsing JS, I don't know. Okay, so this is like a parser. So maybe I could grab like head tags from this. Like I could just use I want to be able to grab like tags out of it. Library to get tags from markdown. Daily tags. Which custom tags and markup? Markdown libraries. Is there a library that compile? Yeah. Maybe not. Get title tags JavaScript markdown. I just don't want to use regex if I can help it. Yeah, look, we're already... Solution's going to be regex. Ugh. What does this do? Extract metadata from Markdown. Okay, and what do you pass this little function here? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, I don't get it. Whatever. Is this like a whole package just for getting the title? Get text. Node. Okay, that gives you awesome heading. This gives you... okay, it gives you the HTML. Okay. I don't think that really helps me though. That's alright, we're just going to have to use regex. I think that's what's going to have to be. So, alright. I think I have... What are you using to build this, Electron? No. I'm using a... I'm using a... Tauri. Or Tauri, but, you know. Someone corrected me on Twitter with my spelling, so I feel the need to continue to call it Tauri. But, using a Tauri. And so, it's kind of similar, like, to Whales, I guess. Whales, yeah, here we go. Build, like, desktop apps. This one's done with, like, the backends in Go. I feel like I'd rather use this, to be quite honest with you. But, I like Go better than Rust, personally. But, for now, I'm using Tauri. And... basically, one nice thing about this is that very soon it should be able to allow me to deploy mobile apps as well. So hopefully that'll be good. And I don't have to, you know, like the backend isn't a web browser, which is nice. So yeah, all right. Oh, cool! It's snowing today. That's nice. All right. Anyway, so now, yeah, there's that. I have some functions on the other screen here. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna write a function up here. It's gonna be called const get title from Markdown. I wonder if Copilot could just write this. Why is it returning? What? Oh, okay. Oh, it just grabs the first line. Okay, fair enough. Let's see if we can get it to. Let's see if we can get it to actually figure it out before I actually have to write this. Use regex to get first title. Let's give it a moment here. So that's the regex. And that's the title. And if it doesn't have a title, return untitled. Yeah, why not? All right, let's see how that works. So now, what we'll do, let's get rid of that identifier. We'll get rid of these tags for now. Kind, what's your problem? Kind doesn't exist on type event? Oh, that's because it's the wrong event. From, oh no, it's not from. And that would be the same way of doing things. Type event from Noster tools, like this. Will this app be open source? Yes, this will be open source. Hopefully soon. I'm going to be building another one too for a bounty website. I'll probably start working on that one tomorrow. So now, okay, we have that. Content is content. What's the problem? Or undefined. So, okay, so we'll just do like that, yeah. Actually, we could use the nullish coalescing operator. Now the public key for now, just say is ASDF. And now what we want to do is say that const title is equal to that. I don't know why that, well, whatever. And then we will also console log the title. Okay. And so now this is a handle publish function. So what we want to do is cut this, and then we want to do handle publish. And this is a button. So we're just gonna do, whoops, E. I really should not use any there, but whatever. And we're just gonna do E.prevent default. Okay. Which editor is this? This is VS Code. After I switched to Pop, I also switched to VS Code. Log content. Oh, shit. Ugh. Inspect element. Console. Log content. Your title. Sweet. Okay, yeah. There we go. I didn't have to think about the regex, which is nice. Now, hopefully that actually works. I don't know if there's a better way to write this regex. Let's. We could probably test out the regex, so maybe we should do that. Are you using the Vim extension? Yeah, I'm using the Vim extension. Shouldn't it also check that it's at the start of the line? That's probably a good point. Yeah. I don't know regex. Like, that's another thing I have not committed to memory. Regex tester thing. Let's find one. Okay. So insert your regular expression. This is my regular expression. It is a hashtag, a dot, and a star. Okay. So now if I do this, it matches it. What if I do that? 2 matches. That's no bueno. And then what if I take out the hashtag and I put the hashtag here? No, that's fine, it seems. See, that's good. Now if I do hashtag like this, it doesn't match. If I put the space, it matches. Now, the question is, if I come over here and I say that, you know, your title, and then hashtag hello world, like this. That's not good. Let's do maybe like, can I do like this? No. How the hell do you do like multi-line? I guess it doesn't matter. You know what I'll do? I'll just do like that. And now what we'll do is we'll log that content. Still only gives me your title. So I think we're good. Oh wait, that's all that's in there. All right, 1 second. Let's reload this. Log content. Still only gives me your title. Looks like it's fine. VS Code 2.0. This is VS Code 3.0. What if your title is hashtag hashtag? That's a good point. Let's find out. Let's put that. Let's reload. And now we will log content. That's a good point. Shit. Now we got to figure out the other thing. When did it get released? I don't know. I think it was earlier this week. Why did you switch to VS Code? I don't know. I just had enough. I can't deal with NeoVim anymore. Yeah, it is only available to influencers right now. So if you have a stream with over 30 people watching, this is, yeah. It can have in the middle DSS. Shit. All right, well, Mr. Regex expert, what should I do to change? Let's do let's try all right, we got a space there. And then we'll do dot plus. Does that match it? Now, okay. So now we have that. So now what if I come in here and I put it a hashtag? It still matches that there. Yeah. How can I only match if there's one hashtag? Let's see if there's any solutions. Ask ChatGPT. I'm not asking ChatGPT. If I'm live streaming, mostly I'll use Copilot, but I don't want to like. This is the time where I actually have to like use my brain and think about things. You know what I mean? I don't like if I'm not live streaming, I might lean on it a little bit. I might use it, you know. But if I'm live streaming, this is a time for me to like actually like think, so that I can flex my brain muscles so it doesn't atrophy and I don't become like a one of these Zoomer VR bots. Wait, if instead of VS Code you use NeoVim plus NeoChat or LunarVim? Nah, I'm sticking with VS Code. Can't be bothered with regex anymore. I can't be bothered. This? Okay. The addition of the little thing. That's going to be my slogan for the rest of the years. I just can't be bothered. Okay. I put that there. There you go. All right. I think that's all we need. I think that's perfect. Add the caret there. All right. Let's reload this. I remember when I first learned about regex, and it was in my Java class when I was in college. And I remember I was really, really, really good at it. Like, I could do regex like no other. Like, I thought that this was going to be a very important programming concept when I first found out about it. So I was regexing like crazy, just to like figure out how it worked. And for like a week we did that in class, and then that was like the most I ever, that was the best I ever understood regex. That was the most I ever knew about regex, was like that week. And then I realized it wasn't important. It wasn't that important, at least for me. Untitled. Sweet. Yes. Okay, nice. The person who made LunarVim is really cool. Gotcha. I'm not doing it. I can't be bothered. And forgot all of it. Happens to everyone probably. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot all of it. I don't know shit about regex. I know what regex does. That's where I'm at, right? I can only fit so many things in my head. So I know what regex does. I have a pointer in my head for like when regex may be important, but like I don't know how to use it anymore. Like I don't know like the syntax very well. Like I couldn't really tell you what this caret does. I couldn't really tell you what this star does, or even really this dot here. I'm pretty sure the hashtag and the space are the only thing I can truly understand inside of this regex string right now. Now, I could go relearn it in 2 seconds. Right now, I could go look and I could go read about what the caret does and what the star does and what the dot does, and I could reread that, and then I would like, oh, okay, reload all that context in my head. But no, I'm not going to do that right now. Was it mostly the config toil of NeoVim? Well, the thing is, I kind of realized, like, if I'm going to have NeoVim, and I'm pretty good at NeoVim, like, the config toil of NeoVim, the 5-hour stream that I did wasn't for me. I already know how to do all that shit, right? That was for other people who, you can go to that stream, and you can find out any stupid question that you probably have, any, like, silly, goofy little thing that you want to figure out how NeoVim, like, does for the most part, and, like, if you want to learn about some weird extensions and like that kind of stuff, like for the average user, you can probably find it in that stream, right? Now, if you want to be a plugin developer, if you want to do all other kinds of things, then yeah, sure, whatever. But you can see how long it takes just like for me in one sitting just to like put all that stuff together in one place. It still takes a while. So I can imagine that there's new users out there who are looking at like all these crazy configs and they're thinking to themselves like, oh, I need to be a cool hacker like that. I need to learn how to do that. So hopefully it was helpful for them. But yeah, there is certainly toil there. And that's the thing. I'm not toiling with my desktop anymore. Not going to happen. How do you even grep then? Dude, I grep for like a string. Like, for instance, like say I want to grep for, I don't know, like let's do a FC list, right? Yeah, like I'll grep for like a string. That's about as far as my grepping abilities are really gonna go. You know, like I'm not I'm not going any further than that without looking something up. I don't care. Like it never comes up. I never have this issue. I don't know where other people are having this issue. When I'm looking for a string in my text, I open up Telescope and then I look up like test, you know what I mean? Or if I'll look up like title, right? And then I go look through all the things. I don't know why this opened up so. I have like, I think it's like searching through my node modules files. But anyway, I will go through this and I will look through text like this. This is how I will search for things in like the 99% case. Every now and then I need to search for something from the CLI, and in those moments I'm typically just looking for a whole word. Are you still using caps lock as escape? Yes. Yeah, I have to do that. I don't know how anybody else is using Vim. If like, are you really reaching for that escape key? Hold up. Let's find out. I don't know. How many people? We have enough here for me to ask this question, I think. What is this? Q&A? Get out of here. I want to poll. There we go. Do you use the escape key in NeoVim? JJ? Yeah, I probably should have asked him, Roger, right? Like, do you actually use it? Yes? You're lying. All right, good. It's back to 0. All right, you're still lying. All right, so there's trolls in chat. There's many trolls. You're kidding me. Nah, you guys are messing with me. Bullshit. You guys are mad that I'm pretending that this is VS Code and, and that I'm not using a tiling window manager. Guide features that don't need to be added. Add dark mode first. I already have dark mode. It literally came for free pretty much, except for it's actually broken in the editor. But everywhere else, I do have dark mode. Adding features that don't need to be there. I map JK in normal mode when okay. I use the escape key, but I have a split keyboard with, okay, well, there you go. Personally, I use a mouse pad. Okay, fair enough. My caps is remapped to control instead. Why? I use JJ. What do you use? I use caps. So on Linux, it's very easy, especially if you're using something like GNOME, because then I can just open up the tweak tool, and I go to the tweak tool. Okay, so this is a quick tip if you're on GNOME. And then I go to keyboard and mouse, and then I go to additional layout options, and then I change caps lock behavior to be make caps an additional escape key. Okay, and it's just as easy on my Mac. And I'm assuming it's probably easy on Windows, but I don't know who cares. But yeah, so if I'm ever using GNOME, I just go right to the tweak tool and boom, it's right there. And then if I'm ever using my Mac, it's literally like almost the same exact place to find this on the Mac. So I change it to escape, and then I move on with my day, because I can't imagine, like, first of all, I never use the caps key. And second of all, I can't imagine reaching for that escape key. Does JK require to be set up manually? Yes. Mod key, so it's occupied? Well, then change your mod key so that it's escape. You guys had me until you open Telescope. Right. Pop is a tiling window manager. That's a good point, too. People are saying that Pop isn't a tiling window manager, but it is. Look at this. Look, now everything is tiled and looks horrible. It looks terrible now. Great. Awesome. That's exactly how I don't want my windows to look. This is not more efficient space, by the way. This is much less efficient. Like, even if this was over here, like the chat, and like the editor was over there, it would still be worse. The nice thing about floating windows is that I can see a lot of context just around like the little edges here. You know, I can like kind of click if I want to be on it, and that's fine. Yeah, there you go. I don't like this as much though, because you get a little bit of lag when you press J. Like, you'll come down here, you'll press J, and just for 1 second, a millisecond, 100 milliseconds, depending on how you have it set up, you get a little bit of lag when you press J. So that's why I don't like that. That's why caps lock is the superior choice. Nothing easy on Windows. Fair enough. I'll never write code on Windows anyway. Who uses Vim on Windows exactly? You guys are monsters. How many people voted in this poll? 32 votes. You guys are bullshit. That's not true. You guys don't actually use the escape key. That or you don't code in NeoVim. If Power Toys has it, it's fine. Who's Power Toys? Yeah, you can exit insert mode with control. This is also another key that I don't want to press. Like, this is what's called a key chord. And I've been told that key chords are not good. And that I'm gonna again, that all my fingers are gonna look like AI generated fingers if I continue to press key chords the way that I do. I can already kind of feel it in my left hand, in my pinky, and my ring finger. I can almost already feel it a little bit. I have a bit of they're just like, those two fingers are a little bit more claw-like on my left hand than on my right hand now that I'm looking at it. Now, is it better for the sake of speed to use key chords? I don't know, right? But I'm starting to think that maybe I should limit my usage of key chords. You know how people say you can get Emacs pinky? I may be well on my way there. I try to use Windows, one window per workspace. I used to try to do that, and then I found out about like Alt-Tab. And like Alt-Tab kind of does what I want it to do. And I don't really need workspaces anymore for the most part. I remember BSPM and now I use Pop's Tiling Window Manager. Nice. I just set it to float then. Just set it to float then. Yeah, all right. I'm like, I can't imagine that your workflow is so incredibly complicated when you're working that it involves more than like a text editor, the thing you're working on, and 1 second. For this, I have a chat open, but typically I won't have a chat open. Your browser, right? Like here's your editor. Like your browser you're going to read stuff on. You're probably working on something, whether it be a desktop app or another, like a website or something like this. You're working on something, right? And so you have that there. And then you have like a browser where you're reading stuff. How complicated is this setup for you that you need all this tiling and all this kind of nonsense? What do you have open? I mean, at that point, if you have, and then if I have like maybe other apps and stuff like that open that I'm not using, then maybe like here I put Discord down here. Right? So like that's just out of my way. So I don't have to think about it. And typically this little thing won't be here either, the chat box. So it'll just be 3 windows that I'll just be kind of swapping between. And I don't know, like what is everybody else doing? Do you need like, how many things do you need open? Power Toys is a Windows Power users program that adds more fancy GUI buttons. Gotcha. I use Escape as chord to JK. Okay. Well, that's not a chord. J plus K. A chord is when you press, it's like if you're playing guitar. Like there's guitar chords, like you hold down 2 strings at once and then you strum. Right? It's similar on your keyboard. Like if you're going to press like 3, like for me to switch between tabs in Kitty, I'm pressing 3 things. I'm pressing Control, Shift, and then L or H. Now, my right hand's fine, but like my left hand, like I'm telling you, I can almost kind of feel it already in my left pinky and in my left ring finger. Which makes me think maybe I should start using the function keys, but then I won't be super duper fast because then I have to reach up there for the function keys. Maybe I should try out using command and then the numbers. Maybe that would be good. And then maybe I could use the other... no, I can't really. I don't know. Because your thumb is a little stronger. Problem with switching keys for me is I often need to use different computers in Vim. To use Vim. I don't. I rarely am ever coding on somebody else's machine. Like, ever. I don't think about that. Would there be a way to index node modules folder or vendor folder for PHP like JetBrains does for faster recursive grepping? Oh, I have no idea. Maybe. Again, that's also nothing I really often do is like look through my node modules folder. Windows users are scared of the terminal. As they should be. They don't want to waste their time screwing around with a terminal all day. You know, they have lives. They're productive members of society. They don't live in a basement. You know what I mean? Like, Windows users are, they're your everyday man. But it's not consistent as it's a software, but it's good in keyboard firmware. What are you talking about? Got myself a Glove 80 keyboard. 6 thumb keys on each side. Goodbye. Yeah. This might be what I have to do before my pinky, like, falls off. As a Hyperland user, it's not about being tiling. It's about feeling cool as fuck. Yeah, fair enough. I remember this feel. But I no longer want to feel cool. I'm, like, really tempted to start using XFCE to get my ego in check. I have the editor on the right side as well. Having it on the left side gives me PTSD. I think I do like my editor on the right side, but I don't know why. I guess I just naturally put it wherever I feel like putting it, and just for right now, it just happens to be on the right side. I feel like sometimes it's on the left. Tiling window managers would be handy. Nah. Communication apps on one. Fair enough. I don't know. It's not my thing. Mine is like what I'm working on actively, and then just throw all the other shit in another workspace if I don't really want to look at it. I have the editor on the right side as well, having it on the left side. Yeah, okay. Love your work on LunarVim. Love from Nepal. Thank you very much. Emacs Pinky. You never heard of Emacs Pinky? Emacs Pinky. See how like it's kind of jagged and messed up. Look what happened to this guy. From using key cords in Emacs Duo. This is another. Look what happened to this guy. Jeez. See, this is why we don't use Emacs. I don't even know how he did that to his right hand. Or maybe that is his left hand and it's just so mangled. Why tabs in Kitty and not Vim tabs? Because I want to have a separate editor for the tab, that's why. And for like my Z shell, where I'm running the app from. You use touch typing? Yes, I do. I'm not a particularly fast typer, but I do touch type. Myself a split keyboard later. I might have to at some point. A sequence though, chord is pressing buttons at the same time. Sequence is more flexible with delays. Yeah, but the problem with delays is then I have to like see that, like I said earlier, like the J key just like doesn't press immediately and kind of bothers me. Which keyboard do I use? I have a Newfie Air 70 with brown switches. I have a 15-inch laptop, but I still use a tiling window manager, DWM, for 1.5 years and open no more than 2-3 windows per workspace. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. But that's just like, I don't know. Anyway, I recently started using Rectangle for Mac. Yeah, I have something like that. I bought Magnet like years ago. And maybe terms are different in keyboard firmwares and VIMs, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Is that considered a keycord? Yes, that would be considered a keycord. Well, just pressing Shift and, to press colon, that would be considered a keycord. And the idea is you want to limit the amount of keycords that you have to press. I'm using Sway with basically the default config, but I'm thinking of using something more stable. Yeah, just I mean, you don't have to believe me, but it's fine. I would recommend learning Alt-Tab, Alt-Tilde, and just using GNOME or KDE. That's what I would recommend at this point. If you feel like you're spending too much time screwing around with your window manager, just Alt-Tab, Alt-Tilde, and then just start using GNOME. Or, again, KDE, or even XFCE. Maybe, but that's maybe taking a little too far in the other direction. Started to feel pain in my left pinky, gradually got worse through the day. Took some getting used to with the new keyboard, but I'm never going back. Pricey, but fingers health is priceless. I agree. Yeah, at some point, I really do want to get one of those. Emacs Pinky is really a phenomenon. I saw a meme by Prime. Okay. To use Emacs, you have to you have to have two right hands. I watched too much DT, so I decided to go with Emacs too. Sadly, not much color schemes are ported to Emacs. Yeah, I write my own color schemes in NeoVim. So if I want a color scheme, I'll just write it myself. Do you know Paper VM GNOME extension? You might like it. I don't know. Maybe I'll look at it, but I don't have extensions right now, and I kind of like it that way. Paper VM. What shall I look up? GNOME extension. Or paper WM. Oh, no. 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 I'm not learning. My workflow is not going to be beholden to a GNOME extension. You know, so like if that GNOME extension goes away, then like I don't have my workflow anymore. Certainly not. How's it going? That's a tough name for me to say. That's. Check out Alice keyboard layout, which has. So you're saying a lot of stuff here that I have no clue. What's Vile support? Alice keyboard layout. I'm not Alice keyboard layout. That looks good. What's Vile though? Do they have 2 B keys? That's gonna piss me off. No. Man, that bothers the shit. No tilde key? No tilde key and an extra B key? And expensive? Get this out of here. Absolutely not. Do they all have an extra B key? Look, this might be nice. I think I could use it, but the extra B key is like a deal breaker. Why didn't I click on like... Why can't I go back? This one looks confusing. I don't know. Some of these look kind of confusing. And the extra B key bothers the hell out of me. Oh, it's a config tool to remap keys and combos? Oh, that'd be nice. Pop! OS is going to release their own editor. Have you heard about it? Have I heard about the Pop! OS editor? The Cosmic editor? Cosmic text editor. Yes. I actually have it installed. It takes a second to start up. Still doing hackathons? I'm doing a hackathon right now, yeah. This is the Cosmic text editor right here. I enabled Vim mode in it. There you go. There are keys without keys. You made me say keys. Without extra B keys too. I think I could get behind it if it didn't have the extra B key and it had the tilde key. Then I think I could be okay. But yeah, this is the Cosmic. This is the new Cosmic editor. If anyone's interested. I don't know. I mean, it looks fine. It looks like it does mostly what you'd expect it to do. Like if we have get it, for instance, though. I mean, I guess it does its job. Maybe I like the tab thing. I'm not sure if I like the tab thing. Because, like, okay, here I press new tab. Yeah, I like this tab thing much better than this one on Get It. But at the end of the day, it's like the same thing. As long as I can enable basic Vim mode, then I don't really care, I guess. Like having a very wide monitor. I wanted one of those, but then I realized that I stream and make videos and stuff, so I can't have one. Which is, kind of sucks, but it is what it is. This just stacks windows horizontally. It's like infinite. Gotcha. I like split more. Check out Ultimate Hacking Keyboard. Now I've seen like the 360 ones and stuff like that. They're expensive as shit though, and I'm too poor for that. So Pop! OS comes with a tiling functionality built in. Do you like it? Windows stacking? Nah, it's not really. I don't really care. But yeah, still doing the hackathon. I used to hate GNOME for numerous reasons until Pop! OS did their thing. Though I moved to KDE for a couple years and now in Hyperland. Yeah, a lot of people are in Hyperland lately. I don't know. I don't really. I'd rather be on XFCE at this point. Didn't know it was already workable. Sick. Yeah. You can install all the Pop stuff. This is the Pop terminal or the Cosmic terminal too. Let's see, and the Cosmic file manager. So this is their file manager. You people are psychopaths for using the escape key in Vim. I still think I'm being trolled. This is their file manager. You can kind of see that, how it works, you know. I don't know if I like how much this contrasts here. I don't think I like that very much. I think they could go with a more subtle contrast when I'm hovering. Like this is a nice subtle contrast. This is not. And then there's the terminal. I'm not a big fan of the Cosmic terminal yet. Would you ever want to use Cosmic over NeoVim? No, I don't think so. I don't know. No. Yeah. So like this is their terminal. Which, I don't know, I don't know why it starts me out with 2 tabs, but it does. So if I close one, yeah, here's it started with no tabs, and it just broke. Okay, so. You can create your own split keyboard for, I don't know, maybe. It sounds like another rabbit hole to go down. Once my finger really starts to feel pain, maybe I'll do that. A Pteron keyboard? Okay. You should use VS Codium. I tried that a long time ago. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just use like the Vim bindings. But I'm legitimately so much slower in VS Code. I can't get around. I can't move the way I want to move. Like I don't know. I can't get around in VS Code. So it's not going to work. Like if I really like Telescope. I really like Harpoon. I really like my quick fix window. So if I'm searching for like require or something, you know, I can pop right now for some reason. I've got to ignore like the Tauri. I think the Tauri stuff is what's actually being indexed here that shouldn't be. But like if I was looking for something that like I could just like do Control Q and then I could send it to a quick fix window and then I can kind of go through it that way. Like I really just, I don't know. Yeah, I think GNOME looks fine. I don't have any issues with it really. Yeah, the Cosmic apps taking long to start up is not like their problem. It's just it's the fact that they're not even in alpha yet. So they're not optimized at all for anything. They're not like, you know what I mean? So it's fine. But I don't even care about I think some of the best designs, in my personal opinion, like if you look up XFCE, I really do like the simplicity of this design. Can't really see it. But even like you write it like slightly, and I think it looks fine. I even like the little workspaces up there. Like I actually like that in the tab bar or tab line, whatever, top bar. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, this here. This is comfy, and I like that. Mate Linux. Yeah, I like I don't know. I really like the simple things now. Like these simple, just like familiar desktops. The ones that I kind of remember from when I was younger. Like these ones I like better. This is just, I don't know. So I really like this kind of like this one looks like cinnamon almost though. This isn't actually the mate I remember. This is the mate I remember right here. And it's got the little workspaces in the bottom right there. And I think GNOME kind of wants to be too much like macOS at this point, so which is, you know, it's whatever. If I tried the Helix editor yet? No. Nope, not gonna try it. How would you leave modes without using escape? Oh, press caps lock. The default terminal in most distros suck. Yeah, they kind of do. Most include the terminals that come with the desktop environment. I would rather use Alacrity than those any day. The Cosmic terminal is built based on Alacrity, so, you know, take that for what you will, you know. The NeoVim Rust rewrite, pretty I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what things are in reference to. I'm a heavy XFCE. I find it comfy. I don't know. It just looks comfy. It reminds me of when I was in college. Like, this was my desktop in college. For, like, much of college, it was Debian. Can't remember which version. Like, a very early version. Probably, like, Debian 8 or some bullshit. And then, like, maybe Debian 9, actually. And then I had XFCE. And that was, like, it. Like, I didn't think about all this other bullshit and, like, oh, you gotta compile your DWM. No. Just installed XFCE, and then that was it. Moved on. And at that time, life was more fun too, because like I was like programming, like, you know, I was in computer engineering, so I was working with like hardware and like it was super cool. NeoVim Rust rewrite with better defaults, more inbuilt features would be a dream. Maybe. Console's very good, maybe. Helix changes selection mode. Totally, okay. Default looks old, but like to me, I don't know what looks old means really anymore. I think it's fine. I don't look at that and go, oh, it looks old. It looks just like it's fine. I don't I don't know. Like if I put a dark mode on it, I think I wouldn't even care. Yeah, I know, but right now I'm just using what's available. I'm not gonna like right now. I don't care enough. I can't be bothered. Helix selection. I do like Helix selection better. Like how you select something and then you operate on it. I like that better. Are you using Kitty instead of Alacrity because of the tabs? I'm using Kitty instead of Alacrity because of my fancy ligatures. That's why. Which, you know, people can make fun of me for my ligatures, but that's that's why I'm using it. Cosmic Terminal does have ligatures. They updated it so that it does. Yeah, it does have ligatures. I don't know how to change the font in Cosmic Terminal, so I can't like prove that, but yeah, WesTerm is also a good option. I use Kitty because it has undercurls by default. So you see that undercurl situation there? When you're using WesTerm, you have to remember to like install some shit, and then you have to like make sure that you set the terminal to WesTerm, and then you launch NeoVim that way. And it's like, meh. It's fine. Kitty just does it. So I don't know how Kitty just does it, but I think you should just do it, like, and just like that's how it should be. Man, I've been blowing a lot of time here, so 1 second. Let me say title is that. There we go. Oh, we already did that. And then okay, do that. And I gotta set some pub key. Const. Let's do that up here. Feel free to keep commenting, though. I'll go back to the comments. I'll read them in a minute. Pub key is equal to ASDF. There we go. Now, okay, we got our identifier. Got this stuff. That's nothing. And then we do need like a tag situation here at some point, but that's fine for now to not have tags. And we'll say, yeah, pub key like this. All right, really quick. Let's go check and see that our title thing works. In our event, it should be in the tags. So we'll log this, and it failed because crypto.createHash is not a function. Why? Do I need to install that? This isn't a function? Maybe if I like reset this. Maybe it's just not available to me because I'm not in a browser. Which kind of sucks if that's the case. What does this say? Yeah, okay. Well, that's Fiat Jaff is the creator in Nostr. So I want to read what he has to say there, but I don't speak Portuguese. Or I can't read Portuguese. All right, let's try this again. Inspect elements. Console. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to probably figure something different out or find a way to install that. Thoughts on Tabby? Yeah, Tabby's good. I use Tabby. For work, right? Kitty can also display images in terminal. Yeah, it's nice, but I don't really ever really want to do that. If it's based on Alacritty, then there are high chances of no, it does support ligatures. It's like they explicitly said they support ligatures. Yeah. No, it does support it. They forked it, right? And then they added ligature support and some other fun things. So we'll see where it goes, but yeah. Okay, so crypto no work in Tauri. Crypto library. It's like built in, I guess, to Node or the browser, so I guess like the environment that it's running in just doesn't have it. Maybe if I install it? Did I install it in the app that I was working on? Let's go here. Package. No. Yeah, I don't know what to do in this situation. I don't know if anyone else has ever encountered this. Well, they don't work in the browser, but this isn't the browser. That crypto would work in the browser, but we're in Tauri's thing, so that's kind of the issue. Yeah. So why I know like why I can't, but I want to see if someone has like a solution. So why can't I use crypto in Tauri app? At least that's my assumption as to why it doesn't work. I feel like I'd be getting, well, I don't know. Like if I do, like here, crypto dot, yeah, like all these things are available to me. seems like it is here, though, in the web view. Do I have to do window.crypto or something? No, that doesn't seem to. Yeah, they seem to be doing it this way. And that's how they're accessing it. The Cosmic terminal for from the new Cosmic desktop stuff that the System 76 team's working on. We could probably just open this up and do like window.crypto. Here we go. Crypto dot, and what I'm looking for is create hash, and they don't have that there. Whoops. Yeah, see, it's now built-in node module. And this is discontinued. Okay, well, maybe, let's see what Nostr Tools is going to do. Because I think this still works, so maybe they have some answer here. TypeScript. Okay, these are just dev dependencies. Maybe I could pull some of these things in, and then I wouldn't really need the crypto library. So like this is create hash. So like a SHA-256 hash. So I'm curious, when they hash things, hash. Get event hash does this, and that SHA-256 is imported from noble hashes 256. So this is going to be a better cross-platform way to do it, I guess, but it's telling me it doesn't have it. So I think it would be coming in with Nostr Tools, but I guess I'll install it separately. Okay, yeah, so we want hashes from Noble. There we go. And now, I think we could just do that. Update data. All right, we've got to figure out how to use this now. Okay. I don't think I need to do that. I think I can just pass because the data is a string. Maybe I do need to encode. I don't know. Probably I have to. What's your problem? Any typed value? Use a better hash function. Okay. What is your problem? Okay, maybe we do have to update that input. So we'll use the UTF-8 encoder. So let's import that. This is from some utils. Maybe I can just pull that directly out of Nostr tools though. I just pull in the utils maybe, and then maybe I can do utils. Okay. Dot encode data. And so then I need to, okay, he does a serialized situation here. Now this is a string, so that should work, because that's what this is. That's what it comes out as here. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, that's fine. So I don't know why I'm typing this. Okay, so then now I'll say const hash is equal to this, and then I'm just gonna, can I just ignore this for now? Maybe I'll do ts expect error. I don't know what's giving me an issue there. Tauri is a desktop framework built in Rust for developing in JSTS. It's a kind of. You can do the front end with JavaScript and TypeScript if you want, which is nice. And then it doesn't actually use like the Electron browser, which right now is kind of being a pain in the ass, but I guess it is what it is. Right. Hopefully eventually I'll actually get to the Rust, the underlying Rust code. But for now I have to figure out this stupid nonsense and figure out types and why this is like a problem, unsafe assignment of any value. I mean, what does it do? It takes in an input, spits out this array here. I don't know what that input type is, but it looks like I'm passing the same kind of thing he is, so I can imagine that that would be like a problem. Are we back? Well, hopefully that's still fine. Yeah, so we have the UTF-8 encoder. We have that. We're doing the same exact stupid thing. I don't. What is? What's the any here? Like, this means nothing to me. Like, what the hell is this syntax even? Import that. What? Alright, we're gonna have to just move past this for now, so like I don't really want to deal with this, but I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna go to ESLint. I'll figure it out later. But I at least want to be able to test it out. Prove that it at least works, or not. All right, and now if I take away this, maybe that was just like a bad error, actually. Maybe that was just my thing was messed up. Okay. All right, bytes to hex. Bytes to hex. That also comes from this. So we'll return. I'm really pissed off that I likely didn't even need to do that. Bytes. Yes. Oh, well, yeah, that's already added. Gotta run the build. Yeah, I tried expect error, but even that, I don't know. I have some weird ESLint thing set up to where I really don't want to allow any of that nonsense for the most part. Like for system access, yeah. F? What do you mean by F? Oh, the chat went down for a second? Yeah, or not chat, the stream went down for a second, I think. I don't know. It's whatever. Let's see, how many people we got voting? 87 votes. And the majority of you people are monsters. All right, now we have our identifier built in a different way. So now let's log that content. Okay, that looks good. Let's take a closer look. The tags are not good, so we gotta put tags. Tags, like this. We can get rid of this nonsense. All right, now we at least are doing things in a much more cross-platform way, which is nice, and it looks like that looks good. So very cool. It's working. How's it going? Dude, some people have like names I have trouble with. Subaru. Subaru. How's it going? Zuribu. Zuribu. XD. I wouldn't even know how to say that, but yeah. Zuribu. Let's see now. Let's go like that. Get rid of these types. I love being able to like get rid of the inlay type hints like super fast, because they can get pretty noisy sometimes. All right, so we definitely need a public key. The font is Mona Lisa, and the font allows me to do cool things like have ligatures and have slanted cursive comments and things, so I like it. Now that we have that figured out, we have the correct type, we have tags, we have content, we have the correct time that it was created at. We need a public key. So I can hard code the public key. We'll get that from, I think I have it somewhere near the header, but it's an mpub. So yeah, it's fine though. We'll just, we'll do like this. All right, and now the public key should be correct. So if I do this, there we go. Now we need to sign the event and get the hash. So we're going to say that, first of all, we're going to change this to let. So we're going to say let event with that, and then we're going to say event dot ID is going to be equal to get event hash and pass it the event, and then event dot sig okay, actually now we're in trouble because I need keys that are going to not expose my own personal private key. So I'm gonna need a different, I have a user, but I don't know where he is. Let me see if I go to, does my test site allow for downloading? I'm not sure if it does. Let's try it out. So let's go to GitHub. Solver test. Go here. Sign out. Log in. Create an account. Nice. Can I copy these? Yes. All right, so that should be fine. Now what we'll do is we'll register that account. And then we can go to settings, give them a username. I don't know. We'll call him Ruben. I don't think we really need the other stuff right now. Oh, I didn't put an image thing in here. Oh well. But yeah, so bio. Let's say what do we know about Ruben? There we go. This is a good bio. Oh, it can't be that much. Well, I would be signing this, though. That wouldn't be right. So, actually, I don't think we're going to be able to update that, so we're just going to be beat. Can't update him until I fix this website. That's fine, though. So, let's do yank inner word. Paste that there. And then we're going to do const priv key. It's going to be decode. And yes. And now we want to do event dot sig is equal to sign something like this. We're going to need to go figure out how to do that in Nostr tools. I guess we could just finalize it like this, but that's not always the best way to do it. Where did I get this event hash from? There's got to be some sign. No? All right. Site, create. Oh shit, I'm using finish event there too. Alright, it's got to be in here somewhere. Core maybe? Yeah, there's only finalize event. But what does finalize event do? Does he really not give a method anymore? In the Nostr tools library? That kind of sucks. I don't want to do this. But I guess as long as I'm going to be using the secret key anyway and I'm not using something else, it's probably fine, so whatever. So when we just do that, we have this, we can just do event is equal to finalize event and private key. And let's just take in secret key, event template. Yeah, should be fine. At least I think that should be fine. We'll see what happens. So now we'll do log. Okay, we got a signature now. We got a public key. So I should be able to publish this. I don't want to call it untitled, but let's do, let's go open this as Markdown. Okay, so some title. I am publishing a blog from a desktop app. Nah, the font is it's Mono Lisa. That's the name of the font. JetBrains Mono doesn't have cursive characters. Okay, so there we go. And now we're going to actually publish this. We will also be disabling this button depending on the publish state. So I think we can get, I think I have that exported somewhere. So if we go to hook, yeah, I published the status. So if the status is not idle, so disable is equal to, and let's destructure the status. If status is not equal to idle. Disable. What's up here? What? Disabled? There we go. I think that's what it is. All right. So now, yeah. Well, let's see what happens. So now that I did that, there we go. Cool. I don't know why it says untitled here, but so that kind of sucks. I gotta figure that out. But that means that I can publish blogs now. So now, if I'm here, oh, this does hold on to this. Why does that hold on to that? Oh, that's because I have this here. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. Is this not updating? Before I do this, and then if I go like this, this is a test, your title, okay. Okay, so we have your title, and then this is a test. And then we'll reload this. That didn't seem to work for some reason. Maybe it didn't actually publish. I probably should do something like a callback function. So maybe we'll do something like on success, maybe. But we can actually, we don't have to pass that here. We can pass that in the actual function itself. And then we can just run on success published event, and then we'll say if. I'm just going to say if there was a published event. Then we'll run the on success. Is this a string? Yeah, I guess because, well, we already had the event. So I don't know what this is necessarily returning, but all right, so now we'll do this. And then we'll do, we'll pass the publish function, const on success is equal to event console.log success, and we'll just make this nice and big, and we'll pass this here like that. There's no good way to like refresh a desktop app. You'd have to put like a button. That's definitely something I'm going to have to think about. But okay, so now we'll go to write another blog post. I did it in Markdown. This is a blog post. I don't see a success here. Your title seems to be fine. Where's the content? Your title, this is a blog post. Okay. Why is it not publishing? I'm not saying that it's rejecting it. Let's do console.log publishing this event, and then I'll also run the validation after that. Okay. So it comes back with that. So is it a valid event? It says true. Oh, there it is. Okay. Maybe it just overwrote this one. Maybe that's what happened earlier. Okay, so now let's do... So I don't think we need to do that anymore. Okay, so now we got your title, and then what we'll do is write another post, some new title, another test post from desktop app. Okay. And we'll reload. There we go. Cool. All right, and now before we post, we'll probably just delete this. But that's pretty good though. So we can actually post, which is very cool. So we can have desktop apps. Once I get all this stuff working in like a very basic sense, I'll be able to hopefully make a bunch of these. And then we can mostly get off of the internet, or not the internet, but mostly get off of... I'm telling you, these web browsers are completely oppressive. You know? There's no reason to necessitate a browser, and then necessitate a server behind the browser, and then necessitate a database behind the server behind the browser. You know? Much better that you run your own relay at your house, or just, I guess, connect to someone else's relay. But the best case scenario is you're running your own relay, and then you relay information, ideally encrypted, and then other people have desktop apps on their computer, and you guys just pass encrypted information around, and then everybody, all these monsters can just go away. So now I'm also going to need the ability to delete these as well. So that's going to have to be something that I do. Also, let's maybe add a nice little toast for when there is a success. I feel like my mouse is a little... There we go. So let's do that. So if we go to Shad CNUI, he's got something called... Well, there's the regular... There's the regular toast component, which is decent, but I know that everybody really likes the Sonner. I guess it's pretty handsome. Definitely looks good. And then there's the toast, which is just one toast. I guess I'll go with the solder. So let's do that. All right, we'll use PNPM here. We'll do this. Add the solder. And this is why I use React, by the way, just because, like, there's just, I mean, it's a huge pain in the ass, but it's just like everything already exists for this. Everything just works for the most part if you know what you're doing. So, like, I can install that. Like, this is how easily I'm going to have, like, little notifications in my application, right? So now I go and grab this toaster. I'll go to my main, you know. I'll maybe make sure that it's actually in the app. I don't really even think that this is important, though. So we'll import the toaster at the top. Like this. And then we're just gonna pop that toaster in so everybody has access to it. You know what though? This is nice, but it's not as nice as one thing that the toaster gives me, which is maybe I'll also install the regular toaster, because I like that the toaster gives me the ability to easily put like a try again button. I like that. But I guess, you know, for now it's probably fine. So let's go to the back to the solder here. And we'll pop this in on the right page. So I'm just gonna go to the top here. We'll import the toast from solder. Then we will just, well, I do like this. This is super simple. This is very nice that it's just this easy. And then on success, we will do event has been created. I mean, that almost actually works with what we're doing. Event has been, we'll say published, right? And then what I'll do here is I'll just go like that. Okay, so now event has been published. I can do it with the solder also. They don't have a good example though. I don't know how I get access to it. I guess if I go to the toaster, what do they do? Well, there's a title and a description. I wonder if it's all like the same thing. So like, for instance, this one's with action. So could I like pass an action like this? You know? Anyway, we'll try that in a little bit. But now, so I should be able to, when I go over here, your title 2. Well, let's reload just to make sure everything's good. Sometimes you gotta reload. Okay, so test posting with notification, or we'll just say noda. And so solder is nice. And now we'll press this and nothing happens. That could be because since it's, I think maybe this isn't being, what is this bullshit? Why do I need that? What's the problem here? I get rid of that. Whatever. That's fine. If published event is well, the thing is with on success, we have a status here too that we could listen on that as well, but whatever. We'll say this. We'll just maybe put that there. I don't know. We'll just keep it with the callback function. But we'll say if published event is not equal to null, because I think that's what it'll return if it's bad. And so let's do that. Okay. Two. There we go. Event has been published. Publicized. So that's nice. That's cool. And then it kind of fades away. So now we can know if it was actually published or not. And it's just a nice little thing there. We could probably even say like what relays it was published to and stuff like that in the future. Sup, Mike, man? Yeah. I think the mic sounds good now, though, right? We were having a lot of trouble with that before. How did he put that undo button in his Sonner? Oh yeah, it's just got an action in there. So we could put an action. So we got description and then action. And then what the hell is that? This is all very complicated. Okay, so then it's okay, so it's this string. Then with options like this. We won't undo, we'll just say dismiss. And I think once you take the action, the thing goes away. Yeah, so we'll just say dismiss toast, yeah, whatever. Dismissing toast. Okay. And then we'll dismiss. There we go. So now we can use that Sonner like anywhere, and we can essentially just use it when we have like callbacks and things like that. So it's useful for when like there's no more events to load, we can just pop that thing up, or when you are done publishing something, or so on and so forth. Yeah, I do need to think about where better I can like put this button here. I gotta figure that out. Sounds like you're in an empty room though. Not really like in a completely empty room. There's actually a lot of stuff in this room, to be honest. So maybe I should get the things for the walls. I don't have a carpet in this room though, so maybe it has something to do with that. But yeah, now that I can do that with the Sonner, I think the Sonner is probably just a better toast, to be honest. I can do everything that I can do with the toast with the Sonner, so I mean, yeah, that's totally fine. And actually, I don't even need to pass it. I like that I don't need to pass it like any other stuff. I could just pass it like a little function and a label. So yeah, that's good. Now, if I wanted to take this button and put it up in here, I got to figure out how to do that. So there is some action that it'll take. It's going to need some shared state, I think. I guess like this ref. Where's that ref? Yeah, that's there. Probably will need to I don't know, make that accessible in other places when it changes. For now, though, I probably can get away with like, well, it just kind of sucks because, I mean, it would probably even be good to put in the, maybe in that like piece right there. Maybe I could put it. Probably wouldn't be bad. I don't know how best to think about that right now. For now, I could probably just make it look slightly better by not being just this massive button that says log content. I could probably just call it publish, like that. And then what we can do is pop this in a div. Yeah. And then we can call this, I mean, yeah, that's probably fine. Just for now, it's, I don't know, it looks better than it did. I mean, I could put it at the bottom maybe. Like of the editor. But then you have to scroll down to find it. So, nah. We'll put it in the header later when we get around to it. Just opened up the stream. Are you building this app for Linux? And if I may ask, how are you building it with TypeScript? Sure. So, if you're still here. So, I am building this with TypeScript, yes, and React. I am building it with something called Tauri. I have a stream that I just did that shows you how to set it up with how to set up Tauri with shadcn and all the other good stuff. And right now I'm just kind of writing like the interface and all that, you know, for it right now. But soon I'm going to probably be digging into some Rust code so that I can work with the file system. So the file system is going to be interesting to work with because all of these events, while they're relayed across the internet, so like all the blog posts that I just made are relayed. So if we go here, you can see all my blog posts are there. And I have to change the min width there. But I also want you to be able to save these blog events. So imagine you're getting on a plane, you know, and you want to read all of the blog events from all of your followers for the past week. You could just download all of them and they'll be available, like right in this desktop app. You could download all of your own blogs and then you have them as JSON objects and then you can just like post them onto your own website, you know. The other nice thing is that they're available across all different other websites as well that support this protocol. So that's kind of why I'm doing it. I think it'll be pretty interesting though. But yeah, so it's using Tauri. You got a Rust backend. It's not Electron, which is nice, so it's less resource intensive. And yeah, it's kind of neat. Any Rust resources? Do you mean like how to learn how to write Rust? But I mean, all of the Rust is in source Tauri, and then you go under source, and then like, you know, here you go. And then we can like call these commands from our front end. So I'm going to use the Rust stuff to interact with the operating system for like saving things potentially to like a database, like maybe like a SQLite database locally. So you can keep all your blogs and all that kind of good stuff. Oh, you mean learning Rust? Rust is hard to learn, I think, for probably most people. For learning it, probably the Rust book, and then you just need something you can begin to hack away on, because you're not going to learn anything unless you're actually working on something. So, you know, I would recommend thinking of like a project, and then I would also recommend, I don't know, at least reading through the first maybe like 8 sections of the Rust book would probably be worth doing. Other than that, there's like a little Rust game on GitHub you could like play. It's like kind of like fixing bugs and stuff like that. Might be, maybe I'll do that on stream at some point in preparation for when I do like the Rust code. But yeah, this is all pretty good. What is this B? I hate that. I don't know what that is. Now, yeah, this is pretty good. But I also need the ability to do a couple more things. I need the ability to delete. I need a settings page. Some other things. So that's all got to get done as well. I think I made decent enough progress for today, though. So I'm pretty happy with what I got done. So I'll probably leave it there for today, at least during the stream. If anybody does have any questions, you guys can always join the Discord. So there should be links like on the channel and all that kind of good stuff. You can ask questions there. Oh, this is where the Bob thing came from. Shalom, Krishat Machine. You were wondering about the name of Bob, correct? Yes, I was. Don't call my name. Don't call my name Alejandro. I'm not your babe. I'm not your babe, Fernando. Don't want to kiss. Don't want to touch. Just... What is this? Oh, is this where it comes from? Roberto? Is that where you came up with the name Bob? Okay. And I'll answer this question later. I guess this is where Bob comes from, the name for the NeoVim version manager that I use. I don't know. Share the Discord. Yeah. Let me get a link for the Discord so anybody in the future can come and join the Discord from this link. We'll do invite people. Let's do a edit invite link here. We'll do never. Generate new link. Copy. And here you go. Yeah, so you guys can join the server if you're interested in some of the stuff I'm working on, or if you have questions about like NeoVim or Noster, whatever I'm doing. It's, I'll try to answer when I can, especially if I have a good answer. But if I don't have a good answer, I might not answer. Let me think what else. I'm probably going to spend all year working on desktop applications for the most part. I want to see how far I can take it. There seems to be nobody really building them, and there seems to be no good reason for most people to build them. But I think that using Noster is a compelling use case for desktop applications. So I'm probably going to, like I said, we'll probably spend like a year
and see how far we can take it. And if it doesn't work out, then maybe I'll try something else later. But for now, it's kind of interesting, I think. So anyway, got done a lot of what I wanted to get done today. You can support the channel by becoming a member on YouTube, or you can support me over on GitHub sponsors. And yeah, make sure to join the Discord. But that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys.